Everybody, welcome back. This is Excel 10 Minute Leaders Live. My name is Graham Brown. I'm in Singapore. He's in the United States. Joining us in the studio today, Rick Heyland. Rick, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Graham. Honored to be with you.
Thank you. Whereabouts in the States are you?
It's beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah, burning up at about 100 degrees today. So there you go. I know Singapore, you get more humidity, but
It's 100 degrees every day. It's tropical. Yeah. We get soft here because we're aircon 365. So That's how it is. All right. Well, we're going to talk about the last 18 months, I guess, how things have changed a lot for small business. And it's been a crazy 18 months, and there's been both good and bad. And obviously, we'll have to deal with what comes out on the other side, the new normal, and all those words that people throw around. I guess small businesses have been hit the hardest. So we're going to talk about that in 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready, set, go.
Let's do it. So the business cards first. Let's get those out of the way. What does it say on yours, Rick?
So I am currently the president of CI for Life, which stands for Continuous Improvement for Life. And yeah, 18 months ago, I retired from a COO job of a medium-sized consulting firm that actually got me to Singapore a few times. And so when I retired, I started a small niche coaching and online business to try to help people with productivity and small business with productivity and improvement. So that's been a lot of fun. And it's all online and all from my home, which I don't have to travel anymore. So there's some blessing.
You look too young to be retired, Rick.
I love it. Love retirement. I recommend it to everybody.
But you're still working. This is the interesting thing about entrepreneurs, if you like.
Yeah.
Those that they love work, and for them, what would you do all day? You wouldn't play golf, would you?
Yeah.
For you, this is really what it's about.
There's not enough time golf is interesting and fun, but you need more purpose than that. And so that's, exactly what I did when I retired. I wrote a book that's something I'm very passionate about purpose. And it's called Live Your Purpose, a step-by-step guide to living your best life. And I think the key to small business, the key to people and entrepreneurs is really understanding your why. And that ties into purpose. So yeah, I wanted to do something in contribution, wanted to make a difference in retirement. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Okay. What is the problem you're trying to solve here, especially with the book? Why do we need this book? Why do we need to talk about purpose, and specifically also small businesses?
Great question. So, so many pieces. When I went to write the book, I found all this amazing data and research showing that companies and individuals are stronger with purpose. And yet, when McKinsey interviewed leaders, and 20% of them had a clarified personal purpose. And so I think there's this big gap between, we know it's important. And yes, I have daily purpose. I have a plan. I have a business, but it's something greater than that. It's a bigger why than that. So that when you get stuck, or you get setbacks, or you get trials and tribulations in your business and or your personal life, you have a clear why. And so the book in chapter 3 really articulates for small business and for individuals the how. So I spent 32 years in implementation or on-site improvement, personal improvement, and company improvement consulting. And so I am fascinated. I know it's more inspiring to talk about the why and the what you should do, but I'm fascinated with the how and breaking it down into concrete steps. So chapter 3 of my book breaks it down. How do you actually do and develop purpose individually and for small businesses? So I have 7 questions over 7 days. So you got some urgency and you got some reflection and a process to help small business and entrepreneurs and leaders and anybody develop purpose.
Well, let's talk about that how part, where the rubber hits the road.
Yeah.
And other cliches, but that's really where a small business happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
The day-to-day mechanics of a small business. What do most small business owners get wrong about that? You seeing it from the outside looking in, you can see the blind spots, and small business owners, classic blind. I'm one. We have blind spots. We're the kings of our own castles. So we have all those kind of emotional and cognitive biases that we bring to the table as well. What do we mostly get wrong that you see?
So I think if you look at change or performance improvement as a process, in the middle is a lot of hard work. It's entrepreneurs and small business working their hearts out about something they're very passionate about. And I think that's that's what people are getting right. And hard work is obviously a key to success. So I would go on either side of that process to pinpoint opportunities for improvement to take from where you are. And what I'm going to call that is the working smart part. Everybody's working hard. Entrepreneurs have to, right? They're chasing customers. They're chasing improvement, their delivery of the product, whatever it might be. So the front end of the process of what we've already started to talk about is clear why. Why are you really in business? Now, high-tech companies kind of have, like Apple and Google, and well, that's great. We're and Tesla, and they're doing all these. But what about just for a normal business that's not kind of changing the landscape of data and information in cars and all that? It's just as important to clarify your why so that you can get your employees, whether they're 2 employees or 2,000, aligned to why this is so important. I worked with Greg Marilia. I know you love stories, Graham. Greg Marilia was running a sawmill. And you think, well, what's so special about running a sawmill? But he used to bring his employees in monthly and go over why. He used to bring customers in. He used to bring and talk about why what you are doing, the quality of your product. He used to Habitat for Humanity come in because they donate lumber for homes that people were building for underprivileged or poor or needy. And so he would bring, even in the lumber business, a clear why on this so important. Because if you want people to work hard and work smart, you have to clarify that why. And that's what the power of purpose is. But on the other end of that process, in the middle of working hard, there's the day-to-day, as you talked about, Graham. And I think and I've been working with a lot of sales organizations and salespeople lately, and there is such power in having granular data to impact your day and make it visible and make it shared so that as a salesperson, for example, I know the exact number that's important to do today. Because it's easy to get sucked in the minutia and the keep busy or the get demotivated when you're a salesperson, right? When you've got to deliver or close a deal. And so I would say on that end of the process, on the day-to-day, have a clear number, whether it be 5 cold calls or 3 customer follow-ups or whatever it may be, and put that up on the wall where you and all your employees can see and focus on that every day, because it's super easy. Because the hard things like cold calls, for example, are easy to find something else to keep busy with. So in your business or in people's business, what is it that's important but maybe not urgent that you could focus on every single day, that if you did 10 of this every day, that eventually over time you would be hitting home runs in your business? So I would go to both ends, the minutia of the day-to-day and daily numbers and sharing it and visibility. And then I would go to the big picture and why and purpose. So that's a couple of thoughts for you, Graham.
No, these are great thoughts, Rick. I like it. We tend to get lost in the middle part, don't we?
Right.
That we have neither one nor the other.
Right. Yeah, it's so easy to stay busy.
Oh, yeah. It's lazy in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be busy.
Yeah. It's non-strategic in a way, but it's super important. So. And maybe part of it's delegation, right? I don't want to delegate because I can either I don't want to have the cost or I think I can do it better. But a big step for a small business owner is to be able to, I got to train, delegate, do the same thing to that employee, have that critical number for the week, for the month up on the wall so that I know my delegation is good. So that same principle that applies to you as the entrepreneur applies to your employees so that you can trust them. You can trust that they're important. They're working on the most important things on your business.
The main thing.
The main thing is the main thing.
Yeah, Stephen Covey, I think, said that as well. So fantastic. It's a really good conversation. We don't have a lot of time, but there's one thing I wanted to bring up because tomorrow for you and today for me, because I'm in the future slightly, is World Youth Skills Day, according to the United Nations. And I know, obviously, we're talking about small business owners, but we're talking now about the next generation. If you could go back to school, and I know you're a passionate educator, Rick, that if you could go back to school and teach the next generation one thing, what would that be? If you had 2 minutes to do that, what would it be?
Okay, I can do 2 things in 2 minutes. One would be purpose. Clarify when you're 20s, in your teens, ask yourself 2 questions. How do I want to be remembered? When someone's talking about me in the past tense at your funeral, how do I want to be remembered? And back engineer from there. And then what are my strengths that I'm going to build on? If you focus on those two questions, you're going to get them a long way to purpose and vision for your life. And then the second thing, if I have another 30 seconds to talk about, Graham, is the whole idea of how do I handle setbacks in life and in business? And the skill set. Everybody can dream. Everybody can have big dreams. I want to be a millionaire. I want to do this. I want to do that. But if you have the skill set, tool set, and mindset to win, and how to understand that when you hit trial, tribulation, trauma, setbacks in your life, if you have those skills, and it starts with gratitude, it starts with mindfulness, it starts with focusing on each day is a treasure, and do your best each day. So I know those two disparate thoughts, but I would teach those two skills to young people today or tomorrow.
Much needed. We don't teach that in school, do we?
No, we don't. We don't even talk about it.
No. It's amazing. And I wonder why. But that's a whole different subject, isn't it? But
for
that's
another
the
10
point.
minutes.
There you go, part 2. Yeah. Rick Heyland, everybody. Where do we find out more about you?
Hey, just go to my website, ci4life.org, CI, the number 4, life.org, and you'll see all my tools, blogs, podcasts, everything else up there, books. Welcome. And Graham, I really appreciate the time you've given me today, and well done on your success and everything you're trying to do to make a difference.
Well, thank you, Rick. And thanks for joining us and sharing a little bit of your journey with the audience today.